The Tascam MiniStudio is an all-in-one audio interface that's perfect for both broadcasters and podcasters. So let's take a closer look. The Tascam MiniStudio Creator US-42 may look pretty small, but it actually offers a lot of customization for your shows, and it's a great beginner audio interface. So looking at the front of the Tascam MiniStudio, you can see there's two XLR microphone inputs right here, and these both have 48-volt phantom power, so if you have a microphone that requires phantom power, you'd be completely fine using this. You can switch what type of microphone you have plugged in to the XLR inputs via these switches here, and there's one for each microphone input. So you can switch between condenser and dynamic microphones, so this actually switches the phantom power on and off depending on whether or not you need it. It does also have an instrument setting, so if you wanted to include any live instrumentalists on your show, you just switch the switch to the little instrument sign and plug it in and off you go. One of the most prominent features, I think, on the front of this is this little circular thing here, and this displays the levels for your microphones, so you can see the levels in real time. As you can see when I'm talking into the microphone here, I'm quite a distance away from it, so it's probably not the best levels, but you can see the levels moving up and down really, really clearly. So as well as the switches on the front, so you can change between condenser, dynamic, or even an instrument, you can see it does have individual dials for each microphone as well, and this will adjust the volume of each microphone separately. So if you have a guest that might speak a little bit more quiet than you can always knock their volume up on their microphone and keep yours where it is. So on the front here, there's also a port for you to input some headphones like we've done here. And there's also a speaker input down here as well. So you can monitor all of your audio in real time. The headphones input you can use if you are monitoring your audio as you're recording it by yourself. If you have someone else available to monitor your audio, you might want to put it in a separate room and connect up some speakers, and then they can monitor the audio that way as well. It also has this creator broadcast switch. So when it's switched over to this creator side, you'll be using it mainly with digital audio workspaces and for pre-recorded material. If you switch it over to the broadcast side, it's then set up for any live broadcasting you'll be doing. So as radio stations, this is most likely the setting you'll be keeping it on the most. If the creator broadcast switch is set to broadcast, you'll be able to use this on-air button at the top. If the on-air button is lit, then all the audio coming through the Tascam will be sent to your live broadcast. However, if the on-air switch is off, everything is dead. Your radio station won't be picking up anything that's broadcasting through the Tascam directly. This switch is very useful for if you're switching between talking and music a lot and you don't want your guests to talk all over your music. In order to use all of the features the MiniStudio offers, you'll need to download the free computer software. We'll leave a link in the description below, but for now, we're going to show you just what that computer software can do. So when you open up the software, this is the screen you'll see. In this Easy tab, you have some very simple settings, which are great for people who maybe don't have as much technical confidence at the moment. In this screen, you can see the dials for the microphones, but these aren't volume dials like on the physical interface itself. These dials can add effects to your microphone, so it makes your voice sound pretty strange. We're not sure when you'd actually use them, but they're pretty fun to play around with. There's also this dial on the right that allows you to add various amounts of reverb to your microphone's output. Then there's this section down here labeled PON. This is where you can apply different sound effects to those three orange buttons on the physical interface, so that when you push them during a broadcast or a recording, you can play that sound effect into your broadcast live. A good idea for radio broadcasters in particular using this product is to apply your radio station's jingle to one of these keys. Then you can insert your station's jingle into the live show wherever you want. By switching to the Expert tab up the top here, we can see a whole bunch of new options to clean up your audio even more. In here you can adjust the EQ, apply a compressor, and much more. There's plenty of options to adjust and fiddle with to get your audio sounding just right. So that's the Tascam MiniStudio. A lot of customization offered in a very small and portable audio interface. So what did you think of the MiniStudio? Would it work for your radio station? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you have any more questions regarding this or anything else radio related, feel free to get in contact with us at studio@radio.co.